Hello everyone, it's Finn here at PAX East, live for SDGC, talking to the executive producer of Playism. How are you doing today?
I'm good. ありがとうございます。はい。いっぱい人が来て嬉しいです。
Yeah, he's doing great, and he's really happy to see a lot of people showing up at our booth.
I mean, you have a very nice positioned booth with a large selection of very diverse games, and that's part of why I wanted to talk to you. What is your philosophy about going around picking what games to help publish?
すごいこのブースのまずところが場所がすごくいいので、はい、すごくいいと思います。
ありがとうございます。
はい。で、プレイズムのタイトルが一応すごく全部独特、ユニークな感じで、どうやってプレイズムは選ぶんですか、そのタイトルをどうやってピックアップするんですか。
やっぱ我々はインディーゲームを主に応援していて、やっぱ新しいもの、新しいエンターテインメントを生み出せる独創的な遊びを生み出せるデベロッパーを応援しているので、こういうラインナップになっております。はい。
Yeah, so our biggest philosophy at Playism is really choosing titles that are unique and really original, games that have stories or mechanics that the world has never seen before. So we really support those indie developers, and we want to help get their passion project out there to the world.
So I think what I find uniquely interesting about this specific interview is that you are also involved in several of these games. Can you tell us which two are yours and what you do for them as well?
Yeah, so I specifically am one of the assistant producers for Glaciered, as well as Mind Diver. Yeah.
Yeah, so Mind Diver is the one I played right before this, and Glaciered I got to see yesterday. A, fantastic job so far.
Thank you.
But B, did your role at Playism come from those games, or were you already involved in Playism before?
Yes, I was already involved in Playism before these two titles. I was just when they came along, I was put onto their team, and I've been working with them for a little bit now.
So, from your perspective, which one do you think, if you had to recommend people that had never heard of Playism before, how would you diffuse the brand in terms of the type of games? And also, of the 6 games present, which do you think people should check out? Obviously, the answer is all of them, but like different gamers will be drawn to different things. What is your tactic?
一応プレイズムのこのラインナップの中、どっちのタイトルが一番推すですか？そう。
そうですね。私の個人的な思いもありますけど、アウトライダーマコというタイトルがおすすめです。タイトルは2019年に、京都のイベントで発表したんですけど、それから6年かかってやっと完成させたので、6年間の我々とデベロッパーのこの長い旅がやっと終わるので、すごい本当に情熱をかけて作られたタイトルなので、ぜひ遊んでほしいですね。はい、
でもう一つの質問は、プレイズムの知らないファンたちにどうやってプレイズムを簡単に紹介できるんですか？
もう変なゲームを出している会社です。鹿の首が伸びるディアシミュレーターとか、8番出口とかもしかしたら知ってる人がいるかもしれないですけど、そういうやっぱ一風変わったカニが喧嘩するゲームとかね、そういうのが大好きなパブリッシャーです。
Yeah, to answer your first question, we at Playism introduce really eccentric and weird games, along with being
Skateboard night.
Exactly, skateboard night. We even have, I'm not sure if you know Fight Crab.
Yes.
Yeah, so we did Fight Crab, we did like Deer Simulator, if you're familiar with that.
That was you?
Yeah, that was also Playism. So apart from being original and unique, we also do very, strange and kind of wacky titles as well. So, yeah, and then among these 6 titles, Mizutani would like to, I guess, encourage people to check out Outrider Mako, because that title has been in development for about over 6 years. It's been 6 to 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and so it's been a long and rocky road, but he's really happy that the game is finally coming out soon, and he'd like everyone to try and check that out.
It's got a great aesthetic. So, Playism Smash Bros. When do we get the Playism Smash Bros. Game with all?
Playism Smash Bros.
It's my dream.
Skateboard night versus the motion wreck little guy. So, but I mean that's the thing. Like for those not here, you have a puzzle retro kind of game that makes me think of there was that one game where every you only had a minute.
minute.
Visually reminds me of that, but the gameplay where you record your movements and then play them back to solve puzzles. Then you go to Skateboard Night, which is like a more casual, arcadey roguelite game. And then Mind Diver, which is a kind of like it's a puzzle but narrative puzzle game where you're trying to restore memories. And then you have a kind of an Armored Core-esque like mech combat game. It's you don't see that level of variation very often, and so I guess I mean I just shout out to you. Good job, you know. But
我々はその人じゃないと多分この世に誰も作らなかったゲーム、この人がいないと多分この世に誕生しなかったゲームみたいなのを応援したいので、はい、すごい嬉しいです。
Yeah, he really just wants to emphasize that if it weren't for these developers, we wouldn't see these titles. So we're really appreciative of them, and yeah, we're just super happy to be a part of their success.
Well, so I mean that's part of why PAX is so awesome, because this is when these types of games get the spotlight. And so I'd like to turn it back to you, because with Glacier and Mind Diver, what is your how did you get involved in them, and like were they your children, or like walk us through those?
Yeah. So I was not a part of the development process, but yeah, that was more the developers side. For Mind Diver, the developers are actually from Denmark. Yeah, and so they initially reached out to us, and from there we were very fortunate to take on their title. And so yeah, I was with them. I think it's been about a year now that I've been working with them. So it's been really great, and we're really looking forward to release. And for Glacier, the developer has been working on it for about 3 years now, and I was brought on to help him with the Western market. And so yeah, so we're really looking forward to seeing this come out as well.
That's all. I mean, and does Playism, obviously as a publisher, you're always on the lookout for your next title. Do you ever look to kind of grow from within and encourage repeat, or are you always trying to look for like fresh blood?
But repeat as in like sequels to our current
sequels,
titles,
or like let's say 2 years from now, Skateboard Night has a new game. Are you gonna like trying to like get called dibs, or are you trying to open up the space for new developers?
I believe it's a little mix of both, because like for example, Fight Crab, we've also done their sequel, Fight Crab 2. So yeah, we're really welcome to developers doing sequels for their titles, but at the same time, we also really appreciate new and fresh ideas as well.
You know, whoever knew that there'd be so many crab-based games in the last 5 years?
Yeah, I think he also thought the same thing. カニのなんかカニにベースしてるゲームがすごくなんか最近多くなってる。
確かに。
そういうトレンドが。はい、
カニトレンド。
そう。
So you jokingly mentioned that a Playism Smash Bros. Game would be a dream, but what would actually be a dream game that you have not signed yet? But like, what is a type of game that you would love to see under the Playism umbrella?
Oh, it's a great question. まだプレイズムが、発売してないタイトルが、でもなんか水谷さんが自分にすごく見たいタイトル。
うわ難しい。
まだ存在してないけど、水谷さんがそう。
なんだろうな。
Yeah, it's a really tough question.
なんだろうな。でもやっぱりその
Put you on the spot. Sorry.
僕はやっぱペーパーズプリーズが好きで、やっぱ入国審査官をテーマにしたようなゲームで、こんなものがゲームになるんだみたいなのがやっぱり見たいですよね。バルハラのカクテルバーテンダーのゲームとか、そんなことゲームにできるんだっていうのはずっと待ってますね。
So for example, you know the game Papers, Please?
I do.
You familiar? So he's a big fan of that game. So, you know, he was really excited or not excited, but he was really shocked that, you know, a game about like immigration, something super, you know, that seems very daunting.
Very boring,
exactly, very boring, and, you know, but it turned out to be a huge success, right? Yeah. So it turned out to be a super interesting game. And yeah, so he just wants to encourage something like that, something that the world has never seen yet, but they could turn it into something super interesting. You know, so yeah, specifically he's not really sure, but yeah, he likes that level of creativity.
Hey, you know, for being put on the spot, great answer. So, because you're right, like that's what I love about games is you can have the most random concept or subject matter, but if the game is fun and structured in the right way, it'll be a hit. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, Overcooked. It's just
Yes.
stuff like that. Like, you never know. But
Exactly.
I don't want to take up too much of your time because it turns out your booth is always busy. So where can people follow Playism and keep up to date with whatever your next round of games might be?
プレイズムのファンだったち皆さんに、
はい
どこでプレイズムフォローすればいいですか？
そうですね、うちの SNS、Twitter とか、YouTube とか、まあ、Instagram とか、はい、見てもで先日 YouTube でプレイズムゲームショーという我々のオンラインイベントがあって、吉田修平さんと一緒に宣伝したりしてるんで、そういうのをチェックしてもらえると最新情報が取れると思います。はい
Yeah, so you can follow us on X and on YouTube and Blue Sky, as well as Instagram. So we post on all of our major social media sites. And on top of that, last month we actually had a Playism game show, which is kind of like a Nintendo Direct-esque kind of showcase where we showcased about 13 of our upcoming projects. So you can if you could please check out that as well. You could follow our upcoming news.
It's incredibly impressive, and congratulations to all you do, because especially in this current gaming climate, growing your library of games is rare. And you guys are finding a lot of success, and that's just not even a question, just congratulations, because it's impressive.
Thank you. そうプレイズムはすごくなんかいつも成長していつも面白いタイトルを、組んでるのですごくなんか、褒めてる質問ではないですけどすごく、褒めてる。
So we end on one final question, and it's
Yeah.
the hardest question of all.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's rough. I'm going to need answers from both of you.
Okay.
All right, in your heart of hearts,
Okay.
if you have to choose,
Yeah.
cake or pie?
一番難しい質問ですが、ケーキ派かパイ派どっちですか？
Tough question. Cake.
I am also a cake.
Okay.
I'm also a cake person.
And now that the question I don't actually expect an answer to, you know, every parent says they love all their children equally.
Yeah.
But what's your favorite Playism game ever?
わかります。
プレイズムのお気に入りタイトル1番。
そうそうそう。
うわ
そう
ー、難しいな。
なんかいつも両親が息子子供たちになんか君が好きですよみたいな一応あると思うんですけど、それをプレイズのタイトルはそうどっち？
うわー、怒られそうやな、いろんな人に。
He's afraid he's gonna upset.
I know, right? You can't, like, that's why I don't actually expect an answer. Can't put you on the spot like that.
本当は答える
まあでも
難しい。
思い出は一番思い出深いのはラムラーナですね。ラムラーナ。
ラムラーナ if you're familiar with.
Yes. I'm learning so many of games that I never knew were part of Playism. That's fantastic.
Yes, yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you. Thank you for coming.